Hello and welcome back to the podcast, Friends or Foes. Today's episode is the genre horror versus comedy fiction. All right, so my genre that I'm talking about today is the comedy fiction, otherwise known as comedic fiction. One of the books that I love, and it's also a movie that I love, that's comedy fiction, is The Princess Bride. It's one of my favorites. I used to watch it on VHS all the time before our VHS player ate the tape.
Sounds about right for a VHS player.
It was a sad time. My dad was not happy with that VHS.
Wasn't that one of his favorite movies too?
Yep, my dad loves that movie. But it's a really good book too. But I've not read the book.
Keyword is yet.
Yet. I will be reading the book. But Princess Bride is an adventure book, but it's also mostly known for its comedy. There's a lot of it's mainly just a funny movie.
Storytale.
Yeah. Story.
And I mean, even the movie features one of the best wrestlers to exist, Andre the Giant. Just saying, that's kind of awesome to have someone that big in the time period that movie came out in that movie.
Yeah. One of my favorite lines, I don't know if it's in the book, but inconceivable. One of my favorite lines in the whole movie. But there's just a lot of funny moments that happen. And that just brings out the whole comedy in the book, despite all the more serious tones and morals of the story. There's still really funny aspects of it. Do you have a take on?
I do want to say this, from what I've heard, because I've never seen the movie, nor have I read it.
That will change.
I bet it will. It almost reminds me of reading Don Quixote, which is also a comedic fiction book. Did you ever read that?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
It's about the story of the one dude that reads too many knight books and medieval books, and he decides to go on a magical quest, quote unquote. We read it in I think 6th grade. You were in St. Anne's, yeah. Well, it's a comedic story. It's literally a spoof off knighthood stories. He pretends to find a damsel in distress. The woman's fine. I think she's either in a bar. It's been a minute since I've read it, but he views every man trying to hit on her as the evil capturer. Every stereotypical thing. He also has I would say follower or sidekick named Sancho Panza, who's been referenced a lot in media, who ends up, I'm pretty sure, stealing the girl from him in the end. Mm-hmm. Because it's all a spoof on the knight in shining armor.
Oh, that's too funny.
All it is literally a super fan trying to relive what these books are. And I think this takes place in the Western time, 1980 or the 1800s.
That sounds
so
fun.
Gunslingers and stuff like that. And this man's over here I'm going to be a shining knight.
A knight in shining armor.
And he's over here harassing people. He doesn't have a magical steed, by the way. His magical steed is a donkey.
That's a good one to add to the list. Another book that is more commonly read in the young adults of middle school is a Carl Hiaasen book, Hoot. Have you Hoot?
Hoot?
Hoot.
So it's kind of like a owl hoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
The story is pretty much this. I don't remember the full storyline. Well, all I know is these owls are in this. There's a site where a building is getting built, but there's an owl nest found in this work site, and so there's two main characters. I forget their names, but they're trying to stop the workers from working on the site because there's owls living at that site.
Interesting. So it's a whole activist type situation story.
Yeah. But it's more the kids are the main characters and they're I don't know, 12, 13. So it brings out like the whole young adult stuff.
Okay.
And it's a comedy because there's certain parts of the book where it's like hilariously funny. Which I'm pretty sure this is the same book. The main character gets mooned by one of his classmates.
Sounds about right for a teenage novel.
Yeah. And it's like getting dared to go steal a pack of cigarettes from the guy, like the main work guy that has to stay at the site.
AKA like all the stereotypical like, oh no, boys are gonna be boys and do stupid things type thing. I dare you go run over there and hit that man in the face and run back type situation here.
Yep. And Carl Hyacin writes a lot of comedies. Another one, it's another young adult book that he wrote, Scat. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Mm-mm.
I don't know the storyline for that one, but it's along the same lines as Hoot.
Uh-huh.
And then there's another one that he wrote. Flush is it's all I know is there's a little part of that book where there's porta-johns.
Mm-hmm.
There's an alligator, like the kids in the main like the main character kids put an alligator in one of the porta-johns. And it's same as Hoot, where it's a work site.
Mm-hmm.
The main worker in Flush goes in to use that porta-john.
Oh no.
Alligator bites his bottom.
Yeah, that's the correct word for it.
And that's just the one part of that book that I remember because I had a fear of porta-johns for the longest time.
So
because of that book.
It reminds me of almost like cartoony humor.
Yep. That's pretty much what the kids' books are. But Carl Hyacin also writes some adult comedic books.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard of them.
Oh,
but I would recommend to check them out because he's a really great writer.
Now, I would like to bring up a book that it's technically a play too, but it's also a book that we read recently. Taming of the Shrew.
Oh, yeah.
By Shakespeare.
Yep.
Which is literally all a comedy. And I just wanted to bring that up because we're talking about all these books that are comedic or people may have not heard of. Well, I feel like this is almost a play/book that people may have never heard of from one of the most famous playwrights out there.
Yeah.
And I would like to mention it just to give it some light because it was genuinely comedic even for our days, which I was about to say, what movie was it based on?
Oh, I Hate About You.
Yeah, the flip. That's based off Shakespeare.
Yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You, which is a pretty funny movie.
They definitely add some side plots in there, but no, it's still a wonderful movie. But do you want to give the gist? Because I know you read it too, and this is kind of your segment. I just wanted to bring it up.
What was that, first semester?
I think so.
I don't remember. Do you?
I do, because this is the first time I enjoyed actually doing a play in school, play quote unquote, acting it out within classes. But what the whole story is it's a play inside a play. A drunk man named, wasn't it Sly?
Yep.
That, of course, I played a little bit. Gotta take credit for that. He just is a drunken, what is he, does it even give him a profession or anything? I just know
he's just a drunkard.
Drunk. Well, it starts off with him getting into an argument with a barmaid and passing out drunk in the woods. Well, the emperor or king, it was a king, wasn't it?
King, I'm pretty sure.
Find him and decide to play a prank on him by making him seem like he woke up from a 4-year coma to realize he is that Sly is the king. And so they decide to have a bunch of actors pretend to be his disciples and stuff, and even have a man pretend to be his wife for a little bit.
Yeah, and it wasn't the disciples. It was they had an acting crew come in, one of those one of those
travel shows type things.
Yeah.
You good? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
You're good.
No, and they decided to play this story of a father trying to wed his two daughters, but the thing is, the youngest daughter is like the most attractive, most sweet, great wife, and the oldest daughter is a shrew, which means, if that's an older-ish English word, is she's stubborn, rude, unladylike, quote unquote. I put quotes, obviously.
Yeah.
But and it's just a hilarious tale of these different shenanigans, these people who are trying to wed the youngest sister to do.
Let's move on to our next genre, as we're a little bit short on time.
Horror, which is now my section, so I can continue to ramble on about something. So to start this off, I want to bring up one of the most iconic horror artists, Stephen King. You know, the iconics, It, Pet Sematary, Shining, Doctor Sleep, which is a kind of sequel to The Shining. I can't remember the car one. I can't think of the name of the car, but it's an evil car that comes to life. But I want to focus on three main stories: The Shining, It, and Pet Sematary. First, let's go with It. It is about a clown named Pennywise who terrorizes the town of Dewberry. I think it's Dewberry or something like that. I can't remember the exact name of the town. It's been a minute since I've read anything or read that book. But it's such a great story about, like, it's a coming of age story in a horror movie almost. Or horror book, I should say. These are focused on that part. Now, was there some touchy scenes in said book? Yes, very. The sewer scene, if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. It's really messed up, and it's something that should not be brought up, in my opinion. That's how bad it is.
Fair enough.
But besides that part, I think it's a great, compelling story. It's very, like, dark, twisted in some ways. Like, Pennywise breaks them down mentally.
Oh, I could not read that. I could not read that.
He literally plays with their mental, like, almost
mental state.
Well, yeah, they, like, even in the movies you'll see it, but, like, he'll do things that depict, like, dead friends or family members that it has killed and make the people go insane. And it's
no thank you.
And also, should I mention, this is a clown that's been around since, like, the 1700s that keeps coming back to this town.
Oh, I could.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to do a quick spiel because we are running out of time, sadly, for this. So, I'm going to go a quick run through for Pet Sematary and Shining. Pet Sematary, a man loses his cat. He moves into his new home and loses his cat with his family. Well, he hears about this Indian burial ground that's supposed to bring things back from the dead.
Yeah.
Well, it does, but it doesn't do it exactly. They're more evil, zombie-like.
Oh.
The cat literally attacks them out of nowhere randomly. Towards later on, his family starts to die. Like, his son dies, and his wife dies.
Oh.
So he decides to bury them in the Indian burial ground. Yep, the facepalm is right. Yeah, that was not the brightest.
Oh.
Well, sadly to say, we are running out of time. So
let's real quick, do we think that these two genres could be friends, or do you think they're foes?
In book, personally, I don't think it can work in book. Movie, yes, but not book.
Yeah,
I think book horror is a little bit different than horror in movies, and it doesn't blend well.
Yeah, because I know there's, like, the comedic horror in those, like, the two genres can tie together, but I think that's more of a movie tie than a book tie.
I completely agree with you.
So we're going to say that these two genres are foes. With 100%. That, I'm Audrey.
I'm Zach.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode.